Morning.
Washington governor and presidential candidate Jay Inslee asked for but did not get a climate debate. So now in Florida, he is bringing climate to the debate.
Now, this is the right moment in the right place to talk about it.
That right place is the Florida Everglades, often called ground zero in the fight for climate change legislation.
And what was so productive for the last century is now deadly now. And we intend to pursue and pass a fossil-free, freedom from fossil fuels plan. They've known about the threats, but they've deceived people.
It is the most ambitious plan yet announced on climate in the presidential race.
Now we need a president who will stand up to the fossil fuel industry.
Environmentalists point to a dire situation in the Everglades.
This water behind us is, in fact, the Biscayne Aquifer. And we've already lost well fields in the eastern part of the aquifer to saltwater intrusion. That's only going to increase. So we're heading towards something surreal.
Matthew, how you doing?
Hey, Governor Inslee.
Matthew Schwartz has been an environmental advocate in South Florida for decades. He warns that climate is a very Floridian emergency.
You have to think about things like the Challenger disaster and 9/11 to think of these kinds of moments where people say, wow, this was not a Hollywood movie, this really happened. These things are really happening. Saltwater rise, saltwater intrusion, the death of the corals because a lot of that excess carbon gets absorbed in the oceans. It acidifies the oceans.
Inslee's plan calls for an end to coal production and fracking, bans oil drilling on public lands like the Everglades as well as offshore, and ends subsidies.
There is no middle ground. We have to recognize a fundamental scientific truth. And that is we have to transition off fossil fuels. And that is the heart of the matter. So we've proposed multiple ways to make that happen.
The governor is careful to say that despite what it does to the fossil fuel industry, that this is also a blueprint for creating jobs and stimulating the economy.
This is a jobs message for UAW members to build electric cars in Michigan. It's a jobs message in Iowa for IBEW members to wire wind turbines. It's jobs up and down the West Coast building and across America.
Jay Inslee hopes that this plan and his embrace of climate in the campaign will help him to get his next job. Michael Shure, I-24 News, Fort Lauderdale, Florida.